a alahayan nawa. Verse 7. Wa sarawa ha tazaparada ayam ma maka wa mabata yaka wa ma'ai badaya ka wa ma'ai maka rakwa baya ara tasha'a ranaha. Verse 8. Wayataza'a masha wa'a harana ma'aima para'aiha wayataza aikwa masha Yahweh al debar ha tazapara da'ayam ashar la para'aiha. Verse 9. Waya Aisha Yahweh ka debar masha waya mathawa ha tazapara salagi ha tazapara da ayam mana habatayam hana ha khatazatha wa mana ha shadatha. Verse 10. Waya tazabar barwa atham Chama Rama wa Thaba'a Sha Ha Arataza. Verse 11. Waya Ra'a Para'aiha Kaya Hayatha Ha Rawa Chaya Chaha Waha Kabada Atha Labawa Wala'a Shamai A Laham Cha'ashar Debar Yahweh. Verse 12. Waya Amar Yahweh al Masha Amar al Aharana Nataha Atha Mataka Wahaka Atha Ipara Ha Arataza Wa Haya Lakanama Arataza Matazarayam. All right, in the English. Exodus chapter 8 and verse 6 in the English. And Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt. Now remember that these are the plagues that the Lord are allowing Aaron and Moses to perform to show the strength of the Most High to Pharaoh, the ruler or king of Egypt at the time. All right, verse 7. And the magicians did so with their enchantments and brought up frogs upon the land of Egypt. Verse 8. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron and said, entreat the Lord that he may take away the frogs from me and from my people, and I will let the people go, that they may do sacrifice unto the Lord. Verse 9. And Moses said unto Pharaoh, glory over me. When shall I entreat for thee and for thy servants and for thy people to destroy the frogs from thee and thy houses, that they may remain in the river only? Verse 10. And he said, tomorrow. And he said, be it according to thy word, that thou mayest know that there is none like unto the Lord our God. Verse 11. And the frogs shall depart from thee, and from thy house, and from thy servants, and from thy people. They shall remain in the in the river only. Verse 12. And Moses and Aaron went out from Pharaoh, and Moses cried unto the Lord because of the frogs which he had brought against Pharaoh. All right. Verse 13. Waya, back in the Hebrew, Salakia. And for those of you that are watching on the screen that are on YouTube or Facebook, what you see on the screen is Assyrian Hebrew. This is would be considered a bastardized version of Hebrew. But there is Paleo Hebrew, which is the original text of Hebrew. It all translates the same. They just write their characters different. And these were created by the so-called, well, the Jewish men. All right. So verse 13 back in the Hebrew, Waya Aishawa, Khan, Wayata, Harana, Atha, Yadawa, Ba Mataha Wa, Wayaka, Atha, Para, Ha Arataza, Wa Thahaya, Ha Kanama, Wa Babaha Maha, Kal Para, Ha Arataza, Haya, Kanayam, Bakal, Arataza, Matazarayam. Verse 14. Give me just a second here. Make sure this is right. Bear with me, y'all. Okay, let's see. Verse 14. Waya Aisha wa kan ha karatamayam balataya hama laha wataza ya'a atha ha kanayam wala'a yakawa wa thahaya ha kanama ba'a dama wa babaha maha. Verse 15. Waya amarwa ha karatama ma ha karatama ma al paraiha atazabai alayaham salat alahayim hawa'a waya khazak laba paraiha la wa la'a alaham ka ashar debar Yahweh. Verse 16. Waya Amar Yahweh al Masha ha Shakam ba Bakhwara wa Hataya Tazab Lapanya Paraiha Hana Yawataza'a ha Mayam Yama Wa'a Marath Ala Yawa Kaha Amar Yahweh Shalacha Aimaya Waya Ibad Naya. Verse 17. Kaya Ama Ayanaka Mashalaka Atha Aimaya Hananya Mashal Yacha Baka wa ba'ai bada salaki wa ba'ai badyaka wa ba'ai maka wa babath yaka atha ha'irab wa mala'a wa bathaya matazarayam atha ha'irab wagam ha'adawma ashar ham laya. Verse 18. Wa Paul Yatha ya Bayawam ha Hawa'a Atha Arataza Gashan Ashar Imaya Imad Ilaya Labal Thaya Hayawath Sham Ibar Lama Ain Thadai Kaya Anya Yahweh Bakwarab ha-arataza. Verse 19. Washmathaya Padath. Salaki, hold on 1 second. Padath Bayan Imaya Wa Bayan Imaka Lamachar Yahweh Ha'atha Hazaha. All right, back in the English. Oh, so did you want to say anything? You Tawab?
Sir, I'm Tawab.
Okay, Khan. All right.
But Tawab, I'll let you know.
Okay, Khan, Tawab. All right, back in the English, Exodus 8 and verse 13. And the Lord did according to the word of Moses, and the frogs died out of the houses, out of the villages, and out of the fields. Verse 14, and they gathered them together upon heaps. The land stank. Verse 15, but when Pharaoh saw that there was respite, he hardened his heart and hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had said. Verse 16, and the Lord said unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch out thy rod and smite the dust of the land, that it may become lice throughout all the land of Egypt. Verse 17, and they did so, and Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod and smote the dust of the earth, and it became lice in man and in beasts. All the dust of the land became lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And if you think about it, that is a lot of lice, because all of the dust in Egypt, and you know, Egypt is like a lot of desert like land. So good night. That's a lot of lice, man. All right, verse 18. And the magicians did so with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they could not. So they tried to do the same thing that Aaron did, but they couldn't do it. So there were lice upon man and upon beast. Verse 19. The magician said unto Pharaoh, this is the finger of God. And Pharaoh's heart. Khan, go ahead.
If I could real quick. That also lets you know that you Edomites out there, y'all cursed with that lice too, man.
That's right.
Touching God's people.
Damn right. Absolutely. Good point. If y'all didn't hear on TikTok, Isupk said that you Edomites, you're cursed with lice as well for touching God's people. And that's absolutely correct, because you don't catch Negroes, Hispanics with lice. It's an Edomite thing. Ooh-wee. All right. Verse 19. The magician said unto Pharaoh, this is the finger of God. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had said. All right. Back to the Hebrew. All right, we're on verse 20. Exodus 8 and 20 in the Hebrew. Waya Asha, Yahweh, Khan, Waya Ba'a, Irab, Kabad, Bayatha, Paraiha, Wa Bayath, Ibad, Yawa, Wa Bachal, Arataza, Matazarayam, Ta Shakath, Ha Arataza, Ma Panya, Ha Irab. Verse 21. Waya Khwara'a, Paraiha, Al, Masha, Wa La'a, Haran, Wa Ya'a, Salaki, Wa Ya'amar, Lachawa, Zaba Chawa, La'a, La Yakam, Ba'arataza. Verse 22. Wa Ya'amar, Masha, La'a, Nachawan, La'ai Shawath, Khan, Kaya, Tawa'ai Bath, Matazarayam, Nazabakha, La Yahweh, La Yawan, Lan Salaki, Laha Yanwa, Hana, Nazabakha, Atha, Thawa'ai Bath, Matazarayam, Ayan, Yaham, Wa La'a, Ya Sakwala Nawa. Verse 23. Darak, Shala Shatha, Yamayam, Nalaka, Ba Madabar, Wa Zaba Khanawa, La Yahweh. A Lahanya, Salake. A Laha Yanwa. Ka Ashar, Ya Amar, Ala Yanwa. Verse 24. Wa Ya Amar, Para'aiha, Anakaya, Asha Lacha, Atha Cham, Wa Zaba, Chatham, La Yahweh, Ala Yakam, Ba Madabar, Rakwa, Ha Rakha Kwa, Al Tharacha Yakwa Wa, La Laquath, Ha'ai Thaya, Rawa, Ba'aidaya. Verse 25. Waya Amar, Masha, Hana, Anakaya, Yawataza'a, Ma'ai Maka, Waha'ai Tharafia, Al Yahweh, Wasar, Ha'ai Rabah, Mapara'aiha, Ma'ai Badyawa, Wa Ma'ai Mawa, Mahar, Rakwa, Al Yasap, Para'aiha, Ha Thala, Labal Thaya, Shalacha, Atha, Ha'aim, Lazabacha, La Yahweh. Hold on 1 second. Verse 26. Let me make sure. Hold on 1 second. All right, verse 26. Waya Amar, Masha, La'a, Nakawan, La Aisha, Wath, Khan, Chaya, Thawa'ai Bath, Matazarayam, Nazabath, La Yahweh, Alahayan, Yanawa, Hana, Nazabath, Atha, Thawa'aibath, Matazarayam, La'ai Yanayaham, Wala'a Yasakwal, Nawa. All right, back in the English. Starting at verse 20, Exodus 8 and 20. And the Lord said unto Moses, Rise up early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh. Lo, he cometh forth to water, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Let my people go, that they may serve me. Verse 21, Else, if thou wilt not let my people go, behold, I will send swarms of flies upon thee, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thy houses, and the houses of the Egyptians shall be full of swarms of flies. and also the ground whereon they are. Verse 22. Verse 22. And I will sever in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, that no swarms of flies shall be there, to the end thou mayest know that I am the Lord in the midst of the earth. And like we explained, I think it was the week before the Lord started with these plagues, when he was telling Moses up on out in the desert, or out on the mount with that burning bush, he was telling him, go and let me show my strength in Egypt on Pharaoh. I'm going to show, the Lord wants to show his power on the earth. The same way that he's going to show his power when Babylon falls, when America falls, when this world, this kingdom falls. The Lord God is going to show his mighty hand and his arm, well, his mighty arm and his strength. And that's all that means. Showing his arm, his might of his arm just shows his strength in the earth. And the world is going to see, and those that join hand in hand with our enemies, you're going to receive these plagues right along with them. In the book of Revelation, it says, come out of her, my people, for you receive not of her plagues. But see, our people want to receive those plagues because you don't want to let go the hand of our oppressor, the hand of our enemies. You want to continue to take on the philosophies and the lifestyles and the things that our enemies do, instead of following what thus saith the Lord. All right, verse 23. And I will put a division between my people and thy people. Tomorrow shall this sign be. Verse 24. And the Lord did so. And there came a grievous swarm of flies into the house of Pharaoh, and into his servants, and to his servants' houses, and into all the land of Egypt. The land was corrupted by reason of swarms of flies. Verse 25. And Pharaoh called for Moses and for Aaron and said, go ye, sacrifice to your God in the land. Verse 26. And Moses said, it is not meet so to do, for we shall sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians to the Lord our God. Lo, shall we sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians before their eyes? And will they not stone us? All right, back to the Hebrew. We have verse 27. Exodus 8 and 27. Darak, Shalashath, Yamayam, Na Laka, Ba Madabar, Wa Zabak, Nawa, La Yahweh, Alahaya, Nawa, Ka Ashar, Ya Amar, Al Yanawa. Verse 28. Wa Ya Amar, Paraiha, Anakaya, Ashalak, Athacham, Wa Zabaktham, La Yahweh, La Yakam, Ba Madabar, Rakwa, Harakak, La Atha, Salaki, La Tharak Yakwa, Wa, La Lachath, Ha'ai Thayawa, Ba'idea. Hold on 1 second. Verse 29. Waya Amar, Masha, Hana, Anakaya, Yawataza, Yawa Taza Ma'aimka, Wahai, Tharath, Ya'al, Yahweh, Wasar, Ha'irab, Ma'paraiha, Ma'aibadia wa ma'aim wa mahar rakwa al yasap paraiha hathala la balafya yasap paraiha hathala la balafya shalach atha ha'aim laza bak la Yahweh. Verse 30. Waya taza'a masha ma'aim paraiha waya aitha ra al Yahweh. Verse 31. Waya aisha Yahweh kadabar masha wayasar ha'irab ma paraiha ma'abadia wa ma'aim wa ma'aim wa la'a nasha'ar achad. Verse 32. Waya kabad paraiha atha labawagam salake labawa gam ba pa'aim haza atha wala'a shalak atha ha'aim. 9 and 1. Exodus 9 and 1. Waya amar Yahweh al masha ba'a al paraiha wadabarath al yawakaha amar Yahweh alahaya ha'aibar yam shalach atha I'm ya wa ya ibad naya. Back in the English. Exodus 8 and 27. We will go 3 days' journey into the wilderness and sacrifice to the Lord our God, as he shall command us. Verse 28. And Pharaoh said, I will let you go, that ye may sacrifice to the Lord your God in the wilderness. Only ye shall not go very far away. Entreat for me. Verse 29. And Moses said, Behold, I go out from thee, and I will entreat the Lord that the swarms of flies may depart from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from his people tomorrow. But let not Pharaoh deal deceitfully any more in not letting the people go to sacrifice to the Lord. Verse 30. And Moses went out from Pharaoh and entreated the Lord. Verse 31. And the Lord did according to the word of Moses, and he removed the swarms of flies from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from his people. There remained not one. Verse 32. And Pharaoh hardened his heart at this time also, neither would he let the people go. Exodus 9 and 1. Then the Lord said unto Moses, Go in unto Pharaoh, and tell him, Thus saith the Lord God of the Hebrews, Let my people go, that they may serve me. All right, back to the, so like it 1 second. Three. Okay. Back to the Hebrew, Exodus 9 and 2. Get it back on the screen for those online. Exodus 9 and 2 in the Hebrew. Kaya ama ma'ana atha la shalach wa iwad ka ma chaza yakwa bama. Verse 3. Hana yad yaha shalach yad Yahweh hanaya ba makwan ka ashar Bashada, Ba Sawas Yum, Bakhar, Bakamar Yum, Bagamal, Bagamalian Yum, Ba Bakwar, Wa Ba Tazaan, Debar, Chabad, Ma'ad. Verse 4. Blow this up so I can. Wahapala, Yahweh, Bayan, Makwana, Yasha'ala, Wabayan, Makwana, Matazarayam, Wala'a, Yamawath, Makal, Labanya, Yasha'ala, Debar. Verse 5. Wayasham, Yahweh, Mawa'id, La'amar, Machar, Ya'aisha, Yahweh, Hadabar, Hazaha, Ba'arataza. Verse 6. Waya'aisha, Yahweh, Atha, Hadabar, Hazaha, Mamacharath, Wayamath, Kal, Makwana, Matazarayam, Wa Mamakwana, Banya, Yasha'ala, La'a, Matha, Achad. Verse 7. Wayashalach, Paraiha, Wahana, La'a, Math, Mamakwana, Yasha'ala, Aid, Achad, Wayakhabad, Paraiha, Wala'a, Shalach, Atha, Ha'ain. Verse 8. Waya Amar, Yahweh, Al, Masha, Wa'al, Aharan, Chwachawa, Lacham, Mala'a, Chapanyakam, Payak, Kabashan, Wa Zarakwa, Masha, Hashamayama, La'ayan Ya, Paraiha. Back in the English. Exodus 9 and verse 2. For if thou refuse to let them go and wilt hold them still. Oh, 1 second, y'all. All right. Verse 3. Behold, the hand of the Lord is upon thy cattle, which is in the field, upon the horses, upon the asses, upon the camels, upon the oxen, and upon the sheep. There shall be a very grievous murrain. Verse 4. And the Lord shall sever between the cattle of Israel and the cattle of Egypt, and there shall nothing die of all that is the children of Israel. Verse 5. And the Lord appointed a set time, saying, tomorrow the Lord shall do this thing in the land. Verse 6. And the Lord did that thing on the morrow, and all the cattle of Egypt died. But of the cattle of the children of Israel died not one. Verse 7. And Pharaoh sent, and behold, there was not one of the cattle of the Israelites dead. And the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, and he did not let the people go. Verse 8. And the Lord said unto Moses and unto Aaron, take to you handfuls of ashes of the furnace, and let Moses sprinkle it toward the heaven in the sight of Pharaoh. All right, back to the Hebrew.
It's a lucky, sir.
Con, go ahead, priest.
Yeah, a quick question. Where's the purple? Where's that purple group to say jealous much?
Right.
Pharaoh jealous, but he say, man, he seen them the cattle wasn't touched. And he was like, man, I ain't letting y'all go.
Absolutely. And they have the same spirit of Pharaoh.
Definitely.
They have the same exact spirit. They're puffed up, full of pride, and don't want to help the people of the chosen people of the Most High God. And if they were wise, or if they were smart enough and not foolish, then they would join the ISUPK and serve the Lord under Christ and Commander General Yohana the way that it should be, as one body, one mind, and one spirit toward the Lord. But it's, it's sad, man, that it's a lot of brothers and sisters that's missing the mark out here because they follow unrighteous men. They follow men that don't lead them or teach them how to follow Christ and the Most High the correct way. But I pray they understand, man. If they don't, I ain't even going to say, Lord be with them. I say that all the time. I'm not going to say, Lord be with them. Because the Lord is only with those that follow his commandments, man, and that actually do what they're supposed to do according to the Bible. All right, Exodus 9 and 9. Wahayaha la abakwa I'll call ha'arataza matazarayam wahayaha I'll ha'adam wa'al ha'baha ma'a la shakhayan parak aba'ai ba'aith b'chal arataza matazarayam. Verse 10. Wayakwak wa atha payak ha kabashan waya I mad salaki waya I madwa lapanya para aiha waya zarak athawa masha hashamayama waya haya shakhayan aba'ai ba'aith parak adam wa babahama. Verse 11. Wala'a yakhawa ha charatama yam la imad la panya masha mapanya ha shakhayan chaya haya ha shakhayan ba charatama ma wa bakal matazarayam. Verse 12. Hold on just a second. Verse 12. Waya chazak Yahweh atha laba paraiha wala'a shemai alaham ka'ashar debar Yahweh al masha. Verse 13. Waya amar Yahweh al masha ha shecham babakwar wahathaya tazab lapanya paraiha wa amarath alayawa kaha amar Yahweh alaya ha ibarium shalak atha imya waya ibadian salaki waya ibad naya. Verse 14. Kaya bapa aim haza atha anya shalak atha call magapatha salaki magapathya al labadka waba ibadyaka waba maka ba'ai bawar thada'ai kaya ayan kamanaya bakal ha'arataza. Verse 15. Kaya aitha shalachath ya atha yadya wa acha Awathaka, wa atha, amaka, badabar, wa thaka khad, mana, ha'arataza. All right, back in the English. Exodus 9:9 in the English. And it shall come to pass, small dust in all the land of Egypt, and shall be a boil breaking forth with blains upon man and upon beast throughout all the land of Egypt. Verse 10, and they took ashes of the furnace and stood before Pharaoh, and Moses sprinkled it upon up toward heaven, and it became a boil breaking forth with blains upon man and upon beast. Verse 11, and the magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils, for the boils were upon the magicians and upon all the Egyptians. Verse 12, and the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, and he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had spoken unto Moses. Verse 13, and the Lord said unto Moses, rise up early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh, and say unto him, thus saith the Lord God of the Hebrews, let my people go, that they may serve me. Verse 14, for I will at this time send all my plagues upon thine heart, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, that thou mayest know that there is none like me in all the earth. See there again, the Lord wants to show that he is the most high God. He is the only one true living God. Verse 15, for now I will stretch out my hand, that I may smite thee and thy people with pestilence, and thou shalt be cut off from the earth. All right, back to the Hebrew. These are the last 7 verses. We'll read them in Hebrew and then in the English. Exodus chapter 9 and verse 16. Wa awalam ba ibawar za'atha ha'ai madaktha yaka ba ibawar hara'athaka atha ha chaya wala ma'aina sapar shamya bakal ha'arataza. Verse 17. Iwadaka ma sathawa lala ba'ai maya labalath ya shalacham. Verse 18. Wananaya mamatayar ka'aitha mahar barada chabad ma'ad ashar la'a hazaha kamahawa ba matazarayam lamana hayawam ha wasada wa'aid aitha. Verse 19. Wa'aitha shalak ha'aiza atha makwanaka wa'atha chal ashar laka bashada kal ha'adam waha bahama ashar yamataza bashada wala'a ya'asap habayatha wayarad ilaham habarad wa matha salaki wa mathwa. Verse 20. Hayara'a atha debar Yahweh ma'ai radya para'aiha hanaya sa atha ibadyawa wa atha makwana wakwaman salaki ma kwanawa al habathium. Verse 21. Wa ashar la'a sham labawa al debar Yahweh wa ya izab atha ibadyawa wa atha makwanawa bashada. In verse 22. Wa ya amar Yahweh al masha nataha atha yadaka al Hashamyam, Wayahaya, Barada, Bakhal, Arataza, Matazarayam, Il, Ha Adam, Wa'il, Ha Bahama, Wa'il, Kal, Ishab, Hashada, Ba'arataza, Matazarayam. All right. And the last 7 verse again, now in the English. Verse 16. Exodus 9 and 16. And in very deed, for this cause have I raised thee up, for to show in Salaki, let me read it again. Exodus 9 and 16. And in very deed, for this cause have I raised thee up, for to show in thee my power, and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth. Verse 17. As yet exaltest thou thyself against my people, that thou wilt not let them go. Verse 18. Behold, tomorrow about this time I will cause it to rain a very grievous hail, such as have not been in Egypt since the foundation thereof, even until now. Verse 19. Send therefore now and gather thy cattle and all that thou hast in the field, for upon every man and beast which shall be found in the field and shall not be brought home, the hail shall come down upon them, and they shall die. Verse 20. He that feareth the word of the Lord among the servants of Pharaoh made his servants and his cattle flee into the houses. Verse 21. And he that regarded not the word of the Lord left his servants and his cattle in the field. Verse 22. And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch forth thine hand toward heaven, that there may be hail in all the land of Egypt, upon man and upon beast and upon every herb of the field throughout the land of Egypt. All right. That concludes the reading for this Sabbath service. And with that, I say a majim, which means to stand. Hapan Hakwadam, which means to turn and face the east. We're going to read the prayers, both in Hebrew and in English. The Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and then in English. Abanawa, Shabashamayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'a, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nethelanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalaknawa, Chabawatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Chabawat Yanawa, Wala'a, Tabiya'ayanawa, Banasayawan, Abal, Hawashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahatapara, La'aiwalamyam, Aman. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever, so be. Hakak, or the power. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Baba Kashah, Nathan Hakak, Hakak, Lara Pa'a, Call Maka'ala, will call Madawa, Hakak, Latahar, Ha, Matazarayam, Hakak, Lahakoyam, Hamafyam, Hakak, Al Rakarwa, Hatama'ala, Lagarshan, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the water Aman. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the leper, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. Bless Israel, or Barak Yasha Allah. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Barak Lanawa, Wa Yasha Allah, Waha Bayat Saparium, Barak Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Thawada Aman. In the English, Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless us and Israel and the school in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121. Asha'a, Ayanya, Al Haharyam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'a, Isaiah, Ma'ain, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'arataza, Al Yathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al Yad, Yanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'a Yakalka, Wayarak, Balal Yala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Rad, Yashamar, Aknapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'adka, Wabawa'adka, Ma'ait, Wa'ait Iwalam. In the English we read, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from which cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayam, al Damielaka, al Takarash, wa al Tashakwat, al Kayahana, Awayabyaka, Hayama, Yawan, Ra'ash, al Aimaka, Ya'ira Yamwa, Sawada, Wayatha, Ya'itazawa, al Tazapawanyaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, Wanakakyadam, Magoya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham Yasha'ala, Iwada, Kaya, Nawa'aitazawa, Laba, Yakawat, Yakhadwa, Al Yaka, Baryath, Yakarafwa, Ahalya, Adawam, Wa Yashamai, Alayam, Mawa'aba, Wahagarium, Gabal, Wa Aimawan, Wa Aimalak, Palashat, Aim Yashabia, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawa, Aim Am, Hayawa, Zarawai, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aishalaham, Kamadian, Kasaya, Sara'a, Kayabian, Banachal, Koyashwan, Nashamadwa, by Ayan Da'ara, Hayawa, Daman, La Adama, Shayatamwa, Nada Yamawa, Ka'ira, Wakazabak, Wakatazal, Mana'ai, Kal Nasiyakamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Nayarasha, Lanawa, Af, Na'awaf, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagogala, Kukwash, Lapanya Roha, Ka'ash, Taba'ira Ya'ira, Wa Kalahaba, Talahat, Harayam, Khan, Taradatma, Basa'iraka, Wabasa, Wapatka, Tabahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Waya Bakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya Bahalwa, Aya Aid, Waya Khaparwa, Waya Abadwa, Waya Da'aiwa, Waya Salaki, Kaya Atha, Shamka, Yahawa, Labadka, Al Yanawam, Al Yawan, Al Kaharataza. In the English, keep not thy silence, O God, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Selah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisir, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zaid. Yea, all their prince as Zabah and as Zamunda, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. O my God, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. Blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh wa Yahweh Shai, wa Makaya Allah, wa Allah Hayam, Matazaba Ya Allah Wap Yahana, Ha Allah Wapyam, Ha Saranyam, Ha Kwatazayanyam, Ha Kayal Yalamyam, wa Ha Akwakyam, Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, the Wada Aman. In the English we read, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yohana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you. So be it. Sar, which means to turn. Sisters may be seated. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Majib Shabbat, Majib, Barak.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Sharp Rakatah.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Sharp Rakatah. Najim Matah, Sar, turn to face the sisters. Sisters of Majim, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Majib Shabbat, Majib, Barak, Yahweh Shema, Allah
Ba'ashem Yahweh Sharp.
Yahweh Matah, fast dismiss.
Great class. Great class. The water for y'all tuning in, man. We appreciate y'all watching. If you like this content, make sure you leave a thumbs up in this video to let us know. And listen, man, while you at it, if you like seeing content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We answering all your questions, like why did God allow Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to go into slavery? Or why are Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians the #1 people mistreated because of their race? Or even, how could God let innocent people die? Well, we answer all that. Questions that your Christian pastor would never answer. And we get it straight out the Bible, man. It's been right in front of our face for thousands of years. We're going to give you the truth, man, because the Isupk is the home of the truth. So look, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that bell to get notified every time we drop a video. Check this out, too. Hit this QR code right here. It's going to get you everything you need to contact the Isupk near you. All right? Shalom.